April.
And I'm Kelly.
We're the creators of Project Find Your Fire.
We're so super excited to share a methodology that we've created that's built around our three core values, which is growth, relationships, and wellness. So if you're feeling like you're stuck in a rut, if you're ready to level up to the next level, come along with us, get on this ride, because we're very, very excited, even more so, because what we've done is we've taken this methodology and we've created a series with it. And this series is called Light Your Life on Fire.
Well, we're going to light your fire, but the series is called Your Life on Fire. So
Your Life on Fire.
In 2020, you are going to see a lot of us. Hopefully you want to, but you're going to see a lot of us in this series, and we're going to bring new videos with new content every week. So this is the first day, and we want to just give you a synopsis of what we want to cover in this live. So we want to talk about who you are not, how to become more of who you are and who you want to be. We want to talk about
the possibilities for 2020,
the abundance of 2020, and how you can start creating that. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for joining us.
And more importantly, we're going to show you how to make the shift from who you are to more of who you are to increase the possibilities of 2020 and make it such a great year all around.
Yes, and when we get to the end, we're going to have some amazing action steps for you. And throughout this series, you're going to see tools from us that we're going to make available. So we are so excited not only about this series, but about the opportunity that we get to share this with you. So stick with us throughout the series, throughout the year. So
let's get started with who are you? And so it's sometimes a very difficult question to ask, and I'll show you a couple things to work around that. But it's about those things that are serving you. I mean, we are a lot of things, and not all of them are positive. So the trick is to find those positive things that who we are and to bring those out while we subdue some of those things that we are that we don't necessarily want to be.
So some of the things that kind of help you in maybe defining who you are, if you are maybe not feeling as familiar with who you are, or a lot of people kind of get stuck in this area. They're like, I don't know who I am. Well, we are dynamic and we are complex people, but really you are your own individual. And to help you on who you are, we think of things like things that you like, things that you're passionate about. And I'm going to put Kelly on the spot. So help them in just some simple things on, if I said, who are you? Help them see some examples of.
So I would say, if you said, who are you? I would say, I am loving, I am caring, I am compassionate, I am creative, I am energetic, I am full of life. Those are some of the things that who I am. Those are the things that are serving me and who I define myself as.
So that's just an example. Your likes are a big plus, and your passions to help add to that. So I want to also, you always talk on this, on sometimes if you're stuck on defining who you are, you talk about defining who you are not. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
So sometimes that's a much easier question to answer, who you are not. Now there are obvious things that we are not and we have no desire to be and will never be. And so there are also parts of us who we are, but they really aren't. They're not serving us. So perhaps it's the establishment you visit on a Friday night or a Saturday night that you feel like crud the next morning. It might be fun, but it's not serving you. That's not who you are. Maybe it's the friends you hang out with who don't support you and lift you up. That's also who you aren't.
The words that you use, the choices of words, reflect a lot on who you are or who you are not.
Even the food you eat that tastes so great going down but makes you feel like crud a couple days later, also not serving you. So if you start to eliminate some of those things that you aren't, you will eventually, almost accidentally, innocently discover who you are.
So then the key here is, like, we want to start with just a few things. There's no magic number on defining who you are. It's just things that you define yourself. But what is key is that we want to move you from where you are to more of who you are, more of what you want to be, and expand upon that foundation of who you are. So we have a tool. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining us. We have a tool that we will make available. We'll give you the link at the end of this live. We'll give you the link on our website.
I'll post it on the comments.
Yeah, he's the tech guy. So we are going to make tools available for you on our series, and this tool, it's not very complicated. It's just a sheet of words.
Descriptive words.
This is just one way to experience that how do I define who I am and how do I help define more of who I want to be. And this is one way. I want to just walk through this so that they know what to expect. So you can go print it out, do this multiple times a day if you can, and do this over multiple days. And what you want to do is go through the words, such, some of the words are like, I'm great, I'm beautiful, achiever, nervous, a great mother, responsible, curious, eager, relaxed. There's other words, but you want to circle the words that you can associate as who you are, or you want to become more of. Those are the things that more align to you. And if you're feeling like that is not me, and it might not be you today, right, but it could change tomorrow, cross it out and don't judge it, just be whatever it is. And then once you do this, maybe 10 times over a week or two, you'll start to see some really familiar patterns, and those are the things that you want to kind of gravitate and associate and start thinking about. It also...
Now, to be clear with this, activate the words that you are feeling, that you are experiencing. There are words on here that you want to be part of, but maybe you're not experiencing, so leave those alone for right now. Maybe there are words on here who you don't want to be part of, but at the end of the day, your kids did something to really make you feel like this, but it's not you. But go ahead and cross a line through that, because that represents an emotion that you had, because emotion drives motion, and your motion is going to determine your results. So we got to figure out what's driving you, what's creating your emotion. And so after, like April says, do this many times a day, every day, and then you'll see the trend, start to see, well, if I find that I'm nervous more times than I'm not nervous, maybe that's something I should work on. Or if I'm feeling grateful.
If you don't want to be nervous.
Right. Maybe you like being nervous. If you see grateful circled more times than it's not, let's build that up, because that's a great thing to have an attitude of gratitude. So that's the reason, and then you can sort of get a synopsis of the emotions that are driving your daily activities.
So this is who I am and who am I not, and this will be available for you. This is just one of many ways, but what we're trying to create is awareness and trying to give you some vocabulary to move forward with. So let's talk about 2020 and all the possibilities.
Limitless possibilities. The sky is the limit. Infinite.
Quantum,
that's like beyond the sky.
Quantum, new realm, all kinds of stuff, possibilities.
If you can dream it, you can do it. We literally believe that.
Yes. So we get really excited about this because you have to get excited about your life, and you have to get excited about what you can create and be part of that creation process. We're excited about this series because this is about your life on fire, and this is a key to that.
So for right now, don't put any limits on it. Leave it wide open. I know our brains are saying, but what if? Forget about that right now. Right now, everything is a possibility.
So abundance is a big word. Pick some words that work for you, but we want to look and kind of put in areas that you can focus on and create possibilities for 2020. And we suggest that you write these down. And some of the areas that we suggest are career. So what are all the possibilities of 2020 in your career? Growing your career, getting a promotion, getting a new job. Finances is another area. What does that look like for you? Sometimes it's to build more wealth by the quantity, and sometimes it's to reduce expenses or live within a smaller means. That's wealth and abundance. So really defining it and get clear what your desires are, what your needs are, what you want, what you're passionate about in those areas. Definitely think about this in relationship to what you want and not what other people define for you.
Personal growth, relationships, all kinds of your health, your vitality, all kinds of things.
Yep, look at your emotional states, your spiritual, or where you connect with yourself or your maker. You pick kind of these areas, your friends, your social life, your family, but you really need to get juiced and excited about the possibilities for 2020. So there's a couple key things that we're going to be talking about in each series that's going to help you change. But one of the two of the main things that we're talking about today that really help with change is knowing where you're at and knowing where you want to go. Having a clear vision makes all the difference. If you don't have a vision, you really aren't going anywhere. You're just going to continue in the old patterns. You're going to kind of just move around without a direction. So we're getting a base of understanding kind of where you're starting on who you are and where you want to be for yourself as a person on your journey. And then we're getting some goals and some vision in each one of those areas on what you'd like to create and design.
And that's going to help us start to make this shift. This is the important part, because this is where we start to flip that switch. Now, it's a big change, but at the same time, big change happens from very small changes.
Very small millimeter changes every day in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions, in your emotions. Just small things will stack up.
If you've ever tried to lay two parallel lines together, and as a builder, I've done this. I have experience. If you're just, a 1/16 of an inch off when you first line them up and you think, oh, that's not a big deal, but 20 feet later, guess what? You're 2 feet off. So this is how this works. It's the 2 millimeter shift. Yes. So just make small shifts, and then down the road, it's going to turn into a big shift. So yes. What's important to understand in beginning to make this shift is that we are programmed like a computer, and the muscles that have done the programming have been doing this for so long that they are in really, really great shape. So we have to start exercising some new muscles now, and it's going to take some time, and it's going to take some practice. And understand, this isn't an overnight shift. This is going to, 20 feet down the road, we're going to see the big change. But what happens is every day we wake up and we have in our brain past experiences. All of those past experiences
of thoughts and memories, actions we've taken, words we spoke, we have an emotion tied to that.
That emotion drives motion. So whatever those past memories are in our brain has prompted us to do whatever we did. And guess what? When we wake up with those past memories, the same emotion, we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to end up with the same result.
So this is the pattern that we're talking about in our current state pattern.
So if you want to change the result, you have to work backwards, change the pattern, change the thinking. So we're going to shift out of the past thinking, and we're going to go to a present form of thinking. So wake up each day now with an intent, and we're going to talk you through this, an exercise to do this, with an intent, with a drive, with a vision of what the day is going to look like. Not a memory, not a revision of what yesterday looked like, or the day before that, or the day before that, but a vision of what today looks like, and what tomorrow looks like, and what the next day, which is going to be different each day. Understand, we're out of the past, we're not in the memories.
So this is starting the awareness of who you are, who you're not, starting the awareness, the possibilities of 2020 to get really excited, and then we're going to create awareness around our patterns. So we have homework. Are we ready for the homework?
Go.
Okay, so it's homework, but it's really an action that we would love for you to participate in, because this is your challenge.
No, we wouldn't love for you to partake in. You are required to do your homework. It's homework, plain and simple. If you want to make a change, let's make a change.
This is how you get fired up in your life. And then if he knows where you live, he might show up.
And we'll do homework together.
So yes, this is the work, but this is also the action to make the changes, the new neural pathways. This is the stuff about getting juiced and excited about your life and getting a fire underneath your feet.
Okay, tell them what the required homework is.
Okay, I think that was a stop talking. Okay, the 7-day challenge is in the morning when you get up, before you do anything else, before you go into your patterns of the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel, before you get out of bed, then you need to sit there, eyes closed, and create in your mind the ideal you, the ideal of what your day is going to be and how that looks for you, how you're going to feel, how you're going to act, the words you're going to use. And get excited and really feel the success of that day, whatever that looks like for you. The colors, the word choices, the emotion, the feeling. If you want to feel joy, say, picture this, what this looks like, this joy and this colorfulness and these experiences and the people you're going to meet and the things that are going to come across your desk or the interactions that you're going to have. So get excited and get a clear visualization in the morning of what your ideal you is and how your ideal day is. And when you open your eyes, write down 5 things that you can just take with you in your day, that you can just carry, whether it's in that paper or in your mind, and carry with you. This creates awareness. So it may be that as simple as, I want to use the word joy 500 times. I want to smile at every stranger I meet. Whatever it is that your intent is, you're going to write it down and you're going to be that day.
And at the end of the day, so you do that in the morning, And at the end of the day, for 5 or 10 minutes, what I want you to do is just take a moment. And it could be maybe you put everybody else to bed and the house is quiet for you for 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe it's when you lay your head on your pillow. Close your eyes, pretend you're asleep, but don't go to sleep, because for 5 to 10 minutes, I need you to do this. I want you to take a moment of gratitude. You're starting a gratitude ritual. You're going to do this every day, the same time every day, and it's going to become a habit. Remember, work those muscles. They haven't been worked before, so we have to build them up so it just happens all the time. Before you know it, you're going to have gratitude moments in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night, and it's just going to keep going, and it's a beautiful thing. But start at night, 5 to 10 minutes, and just be grateful for the day that you had, the joyful day that you had because of your intentions. Be grateful for the day you're going to have tomorrow and how amazing it's going to look. Be grateful for your strong body and your strong mind, who gives you the power to really create any kind of future that you want. It's all on you, it really is. Be grateful for even the simple things, the roof over your head, your warm blankets, your healthy, happy family. Think of as many things as you can in those 5 to 10 minutes to be grateful for. That's all it takes.
So being grateful for how you think and act and feel, and invoking a real sense of gratefulness for yourself is key in that. Not just the list, but it's the feeling of that you're giving thanks for those things and for yourself. So that's key. So the last thing is just being aware. We've set the intention now. We've created the beginning of awareness, and this will continue. You'll see this awareness that we will talk about throughout all the series, but just being present and aware of your thoughts, your actions, your emotions is going to create change right there.
So we're very excited. This is just the beginning of this entire series of Your Life on Fire. We've got a lot of different things to talk about, so stay with us through each of the different videos. But until then, find your passion
And live your life on fire.
Thanks.
See you next time.